And welcome back, everybody. We're going to go ahead and continue with the next lesson of Amplify. It is Unit 8A, Subunit 3, Lesson 7. The lesson's called Exactly Equal. Why is it called Exactly Equal? Because we got two guys in this story right now, two main guys. We've got Roald Dahl, who just stopped the Germans from trying to leave this area. And then we've also got his house servant, Indisho. Now, there's some things you've got to know about Indisho. He's not British, okay? He is an African tribesman who's been serving Roald Dahl for a while yet. They've become very good friends, but he was raised in a very different culture. Culture matters, okay? Culture determines what is normal, what is acceptable in various places. Indisho, having been brought up as a warrior in a tribe that is very prone to violence, because that's what they did. He's going to have a different perspective on war. We've already talked about that a little bit, okay? We've already talked about how Indisho, when he heard the war was going to break out, was like, oh, let's go kill these guys. Let's sharpen our spears. Let's get out there. Let's kill them all right now. And Roald Dahl has to kind of calm him down and say, look, that's not how it works. War has rules. Indisho says, war doesn't have rules. The only rule is win. So Indisho, when he hears that war's broken out, and he knows that Roald is out there trying to stop the Germans from leaving, he decides to take his own action. Okay? So go ahead and go to card number 2 here. And in card number 2, we've got the story of what Indisho does. You just read this yesterday, and so that should be pretty easy. So Roald comes back to his house, and he notices Indisho's not there. And he's kind of nervous, and he's waiting around. When he comes back, Indisho tells this crazy story. So I'm going to let you guys hit play again. This one takes 5.5 minutes. So go ahead and read this, and then come back and see me, and I will wait here. Okay, great. Welcome back. I'm hoping that you just read the story. Pretty crazy stuff, right? Indisho goes, and there's a guy that he thinks is kind of a bad guy, right? And we want to talk about some of the language they use here later, but not yet. But Indisho goes and he finds this guy, and he takes him out, plain and simple. He thinks that this is a bad guy. He knows he's a German. He knows the war's on. Consequently, you're allowed to do this. That's Indisho's thought process. He takes a sword. He runs 4 hours to go find this guy. Attacks him in his home. Takes him out. Plain and simple. Roald is concerned. Rightfully so. But that's not the question yet. Let's talk about it. Is Indisho heroic in what he does? Probably. I mean, he goes out there and picks a fight with a guy that he thinks is a bad guy because he thinks, look, the war's on, we're allowed to do this now. So the question right here is, do Roald and Indisho act the way they think, they say people are supposed to act? It should be an easy one for you. Does Roald do the things that he thinks people are supposed to do in war? Sure, I think he did. I think he was very controlled, he was very calm. He followed the rules, and he made sure that what was supposed to happen, happened. What about Indisho? Indisho said, let's strike them first, let's take them out. Did he do that? Yeah. So I would argue, yeah, these guys definitely do what they think they're supposed to do, okay? Go into the next one. We're going to talk about the heroism real fast here. Are these guys both heroic? Yeah, I definitely think they're both heroic, okay? Roald Dahl does what he believes the English would say is the rational thing to do as a hero, okay? I think that when he stood there, right in front of all those guys and all those trucks, and he said, no, you're not going anywhere. I'm not going to let you. Knowing he could probably be shot, it's pretty heroic. In addition, when Roald Dahl was held basically hostage there for a second, and the guy held a gun to him, and then one of Roald's guys took out that German. Roald didn't make a big deal about it. He didn't start shooting everybody else in a fit of rage. He said, hey, hey, that's enough. Let's not have any more of that. Let's stop. And I think that was a heroic move. I really do. And I think most of us would. Let's talk about Mdisho. Mdisho chose a sword that he knew that was there, that he's been maintaining, keeping up, and he took it off the wall. He ran the 4 hours, got into the German's house, and he killed him. Why did he kill him? Well, there's some words that he used specifically to describe him that made us feel maybe justified, but we'll get to that here soon. Do they act the way they're supposed to act? Yes, we've all believed that. So here's our writing prompt. In this writing prompt, this is going to be a little bit more work, because what you're going to have to do here, guys, is use evidence, okay? As always, evidence is what makes your argument matter. People don't care what you think. People care what you can prove. If you can prove to me, yeah, Mdisho is heroic. He did this, he did this, he did this. In the text it says this, you got a way better argument. Same thing's true with the other side. So here's the question. Who do you think acted more heroically? Mdisho or Rold? That's it. You need to go ahead and pick which one of those two guys made a more heroic move. And then you're going to want to copy from the text some proof. I think Mdisho was by far more heroic than Rold. He did this. He was wild and crazy and broke into this guy's house. Right here it says, I did this, this, this. Whatever your argument is, use evidence. This is a 200-word writing assignment, guys. I know that's a lot, but again, we've talked about this. When you use proof in your writing, it makes it loads easier. You should copy 20, 25 words of text. That's your proof. Copy that from 2 people, that's 50 words. All you gotta write is 150 words. You need 150 words to make your argument. Okay? So, that's what you have to do. Finish the writing prompt right here. The story for Roald Dahl is on number 2. The story from Mdisho is on number 3. If you can't access it that way, the other thing that you could always do is pull up the library and find it there. The only thing you need to do in this lesson is really the writing prompt. There is a solo down here at the end if you want to read the next chapter. I would encourage you to always keep reading the next chapter because it's going to make your next assignment easier. But hey, you do you. That's it. I will see you guys very, very soon for the next lesson. Thanks so much.